Estonia has the most advanced digital government in the world. Banking, prescriptions, even voting. In Estonia, they're all managed through a single online system called e-Estonia. And other countries are taking note.
This system has been in operation since 2001. It's a convenience for the citizens, and people love it, obviously.
Estonia has been filing taxes and voting online for years with little fanfare. But when, say, a global pandemic hits, those capabilities are actually crucial.
Especially under COVID, all those functions break down. Whereas for us, everything keeps just humming along and there's no break in anything.
Estonia has proven that digital governance actually works really well. So how can we get it up and running everywhere else?
I'm Toomas Hendrik Ilves, former president of Estonia.
As president, Ilves oversaw the rollout of e-Estonia. Nowadays, he lives in California and consults on cybersecurity and digital governance.
I'm smack in the middle of Silicon Valley. In a 12-mile radius, I have the headquarters for Tesla, Apple, Facebook, Google. Yet, if I want to do anything with the government, it's a mess. I mean, I would have to go to a government office like DMV, stand in line there, take along a photocopy of my electricity bill.
Or take taxes. If you're an American, you're probably used to paying for an online filing service or an accountant and have to take time every year doing a comprehensive review of the past year's financials. In Estonia,
we file taxes with about 5 or 6 clicks, and it takes about 2 or 3 minutes.
And it's free. So here's how e-Estonia works.
Each of us has a digital ID. It's based on one single number, it's a public number.
The system operates on a blockchain, meaning that records of each transaction are decentralized and can be securely, transparently verified. Your personal information stays private, and once a piece of information is entered, you never need to enter it again, whether you're applying for a loan or filling a prescription.
There are only 3 transactions that cannot be done online, and that's getting married, getting divorced, and selling or buying real estate.
Ilves entered Estonian government as a diplomat and then as a minister of foreign affairs, just as the country emerged from under Soviet rule.
I was thinking about how to pull Estonia out of the mess it was in, which was it just become independent, was very poor. Mosaic came out, it was the first web browser. You had to buy it and load it into your computer from floppy disks. And I looked at that and I said, well, this is someplace where Estonia is no more backward than anyone else. By 1998, all Estonian schools were online.
And by the early 2000s, the framework for e-Estonia was under construction. And slowly but surely, the public began to adapt to the new digital system.
2005 was our first election. And the first time around, 0.3% of the population voted online. Last May, for the European Parliament, we had 46% of the population voting online.
Especially in the US, the idea of the government collecting and being responsible for your most personal and private data might sound a little alarming. But in the e-Estonia system, every citizen is able to see a detailed log of any time their data is accessed by a government agency. Meanwhile, in countries like the US, governments might collect large amounts of data from your everyday interactions without you even knowing.
The data that is scraped from all of your digital interactions is incredibly vast, and it's all data that my government never sees. So if you want to be dystopian and worry about Big Brother, don't worry about the government doing it directly, worry about the government doing it indirectly. People say, you're a small country, you can do that, we're a big country. But there is no impediment to digitizing governance in larger countries other than server size, because the design is basically the same. But you have to be willing to take the risks of doing this.
And for online governance to be widely adopted, people have to believe in it.
I've been asked, especially since COVID, shouldn't we do e-voting? But it takes a long time to create the trust necessary to have people vote online. It works in my country because we use exactly the same tools that we use to take money out of the bank, to register your kid for school. Since the trillions of transactions that citizens have made over the past 20 years have not been hacked. You trust your vote. I think it's a virtuous circle.
Estonia has shown us that a more modern system of governance is possible. The question is, are we ready to build it? Hey, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, share it with a friend, and check out freethink.com for more stories of people moving the world.